we had a lot of interesting customers come through. You only remember kind of the ones that were pretty demanding. So we had some customers that were pixel peeping and just like, oh, this is off by a pixel here, and those. I mean, they keep they definitely push your quality standards and stuff.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of WP Legends. I'm Gautam, the co-founder of Seahawk Media, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by Ken Young, the co-founder of Uncanny Owl, the team behind some of the most powerful automation and e-learning tools in the WordPress ecosystem. Ken and I met through the WP Beginner Growth Fund, led by the one and only Syed Balki, and we quickly connected over our shared love for all things WordPress, especially building tools that actually make people's life easier. If you've ever worked with WordPress-based LMS platforms, chances are you've used or heard of Uncanny Owl's plugins. They have built game-changing solutions for LearnDash users, and more recently, they've made waves with Uncanny Automator, a no-code automation tool that connects WordPress plugins, apps, and workflows like magic. What Zapier does for SaaS apps, Uncanny Automator does for WordPress. But with that, we get more flexibility and native control. It's helping creators, marketeers, and developers build smarter, automated sites with fewer plugins and zero code. Ken, your work has empowered so many site owners to do more with less. Let's rewind a little bit. How did Uncanny Owl plugin start, and what inspired the launch of the very first plugin?
Well, thanks for that introduction. That's great. I'm happy to be here. So our first plugin was, I guess, would have been the Uncanny Toolkit, which was let's go back further.
Mm.
So we started out as a company that wanted to build e-learning programs, actually do e-learning development, content development, and then we did a lot of RFPs and we did some consulting, but it wasn't really going anywhere. And we started using some of the tools in the space like WordPress and LearnDash, and then we started talking about our experience using the tools, blogging about them, and people started contacting us to say, hey, can you help me with my LearnDash site? I need to build out the site and I don't know what I'm doing. And so we started building custom LearnDash sites for people. And after doing a bunch of those for a while, we realized that all these sites needed the same stuff. We were always installing the same plugins and creating the same custom
Mm.
code on every site. So we decided, let's make a toolkit, let's make a plugin that we can just install and has all this stuff, ready to go. So we created the Uncanny Toolkit, and that plugin started gaining popularity, and we said, we should create a pro version of this, which has some more functionality that is even more powerful. So that was our first commercial plugin.
This
And
was when,
just
if
from
I may ask, this was when? How many years ago? I would love to know that.
oh man, this is probably in 2016
Roughly.
maybe.
Okay, roughly. It's been
Sixteen.
almost a decade that means.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Cool.
yeah. So then that took off, and then we created a few more LearnDash plugins for some other use cases that we were seeing, and those were also quite popular. So that's how we got our start. Yeah,
And
and we
can you
shifted out of
And can you remember
consulting.
the first 5 or 10 customers? Nobody forgets their first few customers, like, and
Oh
challenging
man.
customers, because that's how you invented Uncanny. What about your first few customers? Tell me about those. So if somebody can remember.
Um, well,
Because
I mean, we had I don't recall the first few plugin customers because those would have been people who installed it
websites, because you were building
reach out.
websites also.
Yeah, when building websites, we had a lot of interesting customers come through. You only remember kind of the ones that were pretty demanding. So we had some customers that were pixel peeping and just like, oh, this is off by a pixel here, and those. I mean, they definitely push your quality standards and stuff. But yeah, so those we had a few customers like that. We had some customers that were kind of rough, but we had some awesome customers that had that we did a lot of work for. We did a lot of great customizations and built a lot of great custom functionality for some customers, and they were really happy.
And how did you come
Yeah.
out with the name Uncanny? I'm curious about that. I like the name. It's got a catch to
That
it.
was actually Ryan's idea. We were using all these names that were strange combinations of words, just so that we could get a domain name that actually was available. And he's like, "How about Uncanny Owl?" And like, okay, sure. It's catchy. It's got owl in it, which kind of talks to e-learning, and we just went with it, and it's been great.
And tell me about Automator. I'm really excited to learn more about that. How's Automator doing, and any challenges which you have been facing, especially in the past 6 months to a year with AI? Is AI helping you? Like, tell me about that. What about that? Give
Yeah,
me an
yeah.
Uncanny Automator.
Automator is our baby. It came out of an idea that Ryan had for a personalized learning path plugin. Basically, something that can, if a user completes a lesson,
Hmm.
then you can enroll them in another course, or if they complete one course, then you enroll them in a subsequent course, or if they fail a quiz, then you can enroll them in like a remedial course. So that idea came up, and then I thought, why do we have to limit this to LearnDash? What if it's got WooCommerce in there? A user makes a purchase and then we unlock a course, or if a user cancels a subscription, then we remove their access to a course. Because WordPress plugins all have these actions and filters built in, and they're
Sure.
all these hooks. We can hook into anything. So that's how Uncanny Automator was born. And since then, we've just been evolving, the plugins that we integrate with. We've been adding, apps and integrations as all over the place. And it's been good. It's been really good.
What's the
Like
most
we're
popular
seeing a lot of growth.
What's the most popular use case you're seeing in Automator? I would love to learn that because we're so
Most
millions
popular
and
use
millions.
case,
One of the most popular, you should say, because there are millions and millions of WordPress customers all over the world. 40% of this internet is on WordPress, of course. I mean,
right?
but considering
Yeah.
what the tool which you're providing, like, what do you think is one of the most
Um,
popular ones?
for us, the like one of the most popular use cases is for social media
Hmm.
automation.
Okay.
Hmm.
Social
Camera's
media?
doing something
Like,
weird here.
yeah, there's sorry, some camera is distorted. Now you're
There
back.
we go.
All good, all good.
Okay. Yeah.
The
So
audience
automating
needs to
social
see our
media.
smile. If the audience cannot see your smile, there's no fun then.
Yeah.
Social media. You were saying social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Tell me, give me a
Yeah,
use
social
case.
media automating, like posting to social media. So you create a blog post
Hmm.
on your WordPress site, and it automatically creates a summary for Twitter and for Facebook, and it just pushes those out, and you don't have to go and manually,
Oh, damn.
write
I need to
write a
use that.
summary.
I need to
Add
use that. My company at Seahawk Media, we push out about 20 blog articles a week, and we don't even manually post them, on x.com or something. We should use that.
yeah. It's pretty awesome. Like the AI tools these days, you can create a summary. It's 99 point whatever percent of the time it's going to be perfect, and you don't need to do anything with it.
Got it. Got
So
it.
yeah, we use AI to basically summarize your post and create these social posts for you and just push them out through Automator.
Got it. And
Yeah.
is there any other business besides Uncanny ecosystem which you're into? Maybe some Airbnb rentals, something which we don't know about?
No, uh, no, it's just uncanny. But it's got a lot of variety for me, so
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Tell
Yeah.
me about your family. Where are you based out of? Tell me about your
Um.
family. Tell me about your
Yeah. So
usual day. Like, what time do you wake
I'm
up?
up. um. I usually get up around, well, it depends. Sometimes a couple days a week, I get the kids ready for school, and the other days my wife gets the kids ready for school. So when I'm doing that, I get up around 7:30,
Hmm.
um, and just get the kids ready for school, and then we have our morning meeting sometimes with virtual, of course.
They're all based in Canada? Are they all in Canada? Where are they based?
No, we've got people all over the world.
Okay.
So we've got some couple in Colombia, India,
Hmm.
Pakistan, Philippines, and Brazil.
So they're all mix of content writer, developers, various
Right.
roles.
Yeah. So we've got the roles all over, fully distributed. We've been fully remote since probably a year after we started. So we started in 2013, and we had a little tiny office, just me and Ryan, for the first less than a year. Then we just
Mhm.
decided we don't need an office, and we've been fully remote since then.
It's so funny you
Yeah.
say Ryan. My co-founder is Ryan, as you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. So you keep on saying Ryan, and you mentioned the word office. I remember, like me and Ryan, like my co-founder, right? Like we discuss this all the time. What if we had an office? Once
Yeah.
just for fun sakes, I just did a Slack vote. We are planning to launch an office. Would you be willing to travel 1 hour for whatever bullshit, And I just wanted to play and mess with my team. And everybody was like, "Wow, really? It's gonna happen? No, don't do this, don't do this." Like, don't do whatever. And like our team is in India now, they're in Africa also, etc. Like we value,
Right.
like we're not going to do that. Like there are more pros than cons. That's what we really like. But there is definitely a pro to being in an office when you're 20, 30 people together and you can bring.
Yeah.
So Ryan
Yeah.
and I, we travel to India. We bring all of our team together because 60, 70% are based in New Delhi, north of India. And then we fly out a few people and we do these meetups twice a year or so. And it really builds
Right.
a lot of confidence. Do you do something like that? Any events you visit? Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah. We have an annual meetup, and the team loves it. I mean, it's like kind of the highlight of the year
Oh,
for a
wow.
lot of people. And yeah, this year we're going to Portugal, so that'll be nice. And I've
When,
never been there.
when are you
Most of
going?
the team.
When are you going?
In less than a month, just a few weeks. So there's a lot of
So,
work going
are
on
you
for
traveling
that.
to WordCamp by any chance? In Basel?
No, not this year. No, no. But
Oh,
yeah, I miss it. I really like the word camps.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
done a
I,
bunch of those
I
in
am
the past.
traveling there. Blair is traveling there from Member Press.
Okay.
He's going to be there for 1 day. Then we have a lot of other people, and a lot of other companies. And Ryan and I, we don't try to miss WordCamps ever. So we already set for Portland WordCamp also, which is a very
Oh,
big one.
nice.
And
Right.
uh, and I think that's pretty cool. Any other events you think of in your industry besides WordCamp, maybe domain related or something? Or WordCamps are the only ones which would probably make sense for you if you were to,
Yeah, just those and our growth fund meetups, which
of course,
are
of
which
course.
are awesome.
Oh
Get
yeah,
tons of
we jam a
experience
lot, we eat a lot of food, lot of
there.
food to try. So no doubt
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. I 100% agree. Tell me something. In your company, what are the SaaS tools which are indispensable? I know like Slack, for example, or Google
Right.
Hangouts. Any of the Slack tools, project management tools which you use? Would love to know.
Yeah, we're on ClickUp, and
Okay.
we went from Basecamp. We started on
Mhm.
Basecamp, and then we were looking for our next tool because Basecamp was kind of limiting. It's really simple, but a little bit limiting if you want to do some more advanced stuff. And we moved to ClickUp, and ClickUp has been great. It's like an ultra flexible do everything tool. Like they have wikis built in, they've got chat, they've got docs. So we've been able to replace some of our other SaaS tools with ClickUp. And one of the issues with it though is that it's got so much power that you really have to know what workflow you want to build.
True.
Otherwise, you kind of get lost in just like how you want to set things up is really important. You just have to know, what workflow do you want to have, and then you can just build it.
So you use ClickUp for obviously your internal, development cycles and all of that, but are you
Yep.
also using it for client ticketing management, etc., or no, or that's something
No,
else?
no, we use Help Scout. We use Help Scout for our ticket system, and we have we use Automator actually to kind of push things
Of
from
course you
from
do.
Help Scout into ClickUp sometimes. But yeah, we use Help Scout for our ticket stuff.
And you get like a lot of requests a day, week, hundreds. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Last week, I think the stat was that our team sent 360 replies,
Oh,
and it's a two-person team. It's a lot of traffic sometimes.
oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, just the nature of the tool is it's so flexible that
Mhm.
people who are less technical might need a little bit of help sometimes building out like what they envision with it, but it just supports so many use cases. It's not like a typical tool where you've got one kind of workflow and everybody. It's easy to just guide everybody through the same thing. it's now people want to do some crazy stuff sometimes with like user meta, post meta, and like database
Gotcha.
calls and stuff. Yeah.
And any interesting new updates about to come? Secret, non-secret this year?
Hmm. We've got some stuff in the pipeline
I'm
that
sure it's going
I'm
to be in
pretty
the
excited
automator realm.
about.
I'm sure it's going to be in the uncanny automator realm. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we have some stuff. We're doing some stuff on the e-learning side too,
Okay.
which I'm pretty excited about. Yeah. So I think we're hoping to have some of these. Some of these will be out later this year, but there's some UI updates, some nice UI updates for Uncanny Automator. And then for our e-learning plugins, we're looking to kind of expand beyond LearnDash. Typically, we've been really focused on LearnDash, and it's been great. They have a great platform, great customer base,
Yep.
but we want to kind of there are other other WordPress LMS plugins out there,
Yeah.
and I think some of our solutions could be pretty easily adapted to kind of help those customers as well. So
This leads me to a question because we at Seahawk Media get queries with respect to all of this all the time. Do you get requests for people, and you figure out that they're struggling because of hosting, and what do you do in that case? Because you don't sell
right,
hosting. Who do you recommend?
right, right.
Why do you recommend? I'm sure you must be getting some sort of issues because of hosting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's usually caching or some other issue with some of our plugins need direct PHP access because of the way that they like
Hmm.
the SCORM XP API
Hmm.
works. But we don't have a consistent hosting referral. We
But you just tell customers to upgrade or find something better if when you
Oh
figure.
yeah, yeah, right. If they're on like a $2 a month plan, we typically tell them that it's their hosting. And yeah, especially for something like where you're trying to run an e-learning site with thousands of users, it just
I
doesn't
just
work on
I
some of
just don't
those.
understand. Like I was speaking with somebody the other day about this, and I even recorded a YouTube short on this also. Like when people are spending $10,000 on a site or even $1,000 on a website, why
Yeah,
do you compromise on shitty hosting? I just don't understand this. Like, why would you buy a $30 a year shared hosting plan? You have so many good options. You can go to Kinsta, Pressable, IndieStack, WP Engine, whatever you want. Who cares, right? There's so many
yeah.
options. I don't understand that why do people compromise in hosting? It's just
I
unbelievable.
think it's the marketing. I mean, a lot of the marketing, it's if you're not technical, you don't people don't understand, the difference between shared hosting and dedicated hosting. And then they see the marketing like the shared hosting has unlimited disk space and unlimited bandwidth, and they think, oh, well, I don't need that's plenty for me. And they don't realize, that there are CPU
I
and
think you're right.
memory limits behind the
I think
scenes.
I think you're right. There needs to be simple verbiage for non-agencies, like people,
Yeah,
direct consumers who have budgets in the range of $500 to $5,000, especially, because that's like the chunky part of the revenues for all of us, whether it's Seahawk Media, Uncanny, other companies, you name it. People
yeah,
people who are jumping into new businesses, who have this unique new ideas and want to get going on like a 500,000, $2,000 kind of a budget. And I think a lot of education, needs to be developed. Leading to another fun question for you. I know we love WordPress. It's 40% of the internet. But hear me out, okay? Where do you think WordPress is going in 10 years? Not one, not five, but 10.
yeah.
10. Okay. Like, are
Ah,
you bullish, bearish, semi-bearish? Like, what do you think? Be honest about it.
boy, I don't.
Any
I
fears? Any fear? I'll tell you my take on it also then.
okay, yeah. With the way that how fast AI is moving, it's really a revolution.
Hmm.
It's I'm not sure. I
I'll
really
tell you my fear, and then maybe you can come up to with a concrete answer. And I won't say the word fear. I think because I think I mentioned this yesterday to somebody that when there's so much competition, and it breeds innovation, right? When there's so
yeah,
much,
yeah.
there's such fierce competition, it will always breed innovations. Think about Apple iPhones, when they came up, okay, BlackBerry died, but then the Huawei's and all the other smartphones of the world came up, and I think they have 100,000 employees in, China or Taiwan or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that. So I think competition definitely will breed innovation. Okay. And I think that WordPress, if they keep on evolving the way they are now, especially over the past 6 months to a year, it'll only go up. But can they catch up with the likes of Lovable and Framer and Dora and some other companies? That's what I'm thinking. And I would love your take on it. What do you?
Yeah, yeah. AI is going to be a huge part of site building in the future.
Hmm.
And I don't know if WordPress is going to be embracing that side of things natively, right? Or is it going to, are they going to rely on kind of the community to build
Hmm.
solutions that use AI to build on top of WordPress, to create sites on WordPress? I mean, there are a lot of companies out there now advertising, you can create a site with AI on WordPress. You just describe what you want and it'll create it for you. I hear they're not very good right now, but in months or they could be.
You're right. They're not very good, but think from a layman perspective. If I type some commands, okay, whether it's non-WordPress AI tech or even WordPress or even like say Elementor AI or Hostinger has this AI or GoDaddy has this new program called Aero AI Arrow, something like that. You give a command, I want to start a t-shirt brand. It's going to be called it Reese's t-shirts. It's all going to be all black t-shirts and whatever, it's like spend
Yeah,
five
yeah,
minutes, pop five, but still, you need to work on the about us page, the contact us page, make sure the SMTP plugin is working and all of that.
yeah,
There's still
yeah,
steps involved. So I think still work needs to be done. It's just going to save time. I
yeah,
think so. I
yeah.
think so. I think so. You should. The AI is going to do that. 10 years, I don't know. But I must say, WordPress has been existing for almost 2+ decades, and it's not going anywhere. Joomla,
Yeah,
Magentos, like I don't know who uses that. Other CMSs, like I don't know. There's so many other CMSs. People don't want to
yeah,
use
yeah,
that. So it is there. It's not going anywhere. It seems like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think so. So I'll be pretty excited to see that. Anyways, non uncanny, something away from uncanny and all of this. Do you watch any Netflix shows? Are you watching anything interesting? Any books that you're reading?
Yeah, I recently watched it's not Netflix, but Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah,
I had it's not new, but I'd heard of it and I'm like, I wouldn't be interested in that. I'm not really into sports and I'm not into, football and
the angry
well,
guy is the fun guy. The angry guy he is the best
yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I found that show really really uplifting. It's you don't get a lot of shows like that these
When you
days.
visit me
They're
in
all
London,
dark.
whenever you do, I'll take you to Richmond, and they shot all of those scenes,
Right,
and
right. Yeah,
and there's this
yeah.
new store called the Ted Lasso store where you can buy stuff also. It's that
Yeah,
popular. It's unbelievable, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's
Cool.
insane how popular it is, and I can't believe like that. I have another fun question for you, okay? And this I always ask everybody. $50 million in the bank tomorrow, no questions asked. What's the first thing you will do?
$15 million.
No questions asked.
Ah, I would ask.
Vacation, retire, give it to children. Like, have to understand that.
Oh, geez. Guess I'd fix up some stuff around the house.
Oh, come on, you can do better than that.
I don't know. I don't know. I would probably just sit on it for a while. I would put it in the bank. I would continue with my day like nothing happened. And I would just keep working and I'd be like, okay, so I've got this $15 million. What am I going to do with it eventually? But yeah, I wouldn't just change things immediately. I'm not the kind to just jump into a complete life change like that. So
That's the first. I've heard a lot of other things, but that's a good one. That's a smart one. I think everybody asks this question, I think they should think like this, don't do anything for 6 months. Just
yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
Don't touch it for 6 months. Don't buy crypto. Don't buy Apple stock with all the tariff situation happening in the Trump era. You don't know what's going to happen
Yeah.
in the world. Just sit on it. Maybe buy gold, and that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, well, when I say sit on it, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I would somehow invest it so that in something super safe so that it was not just sitting there doing nothing.
Honestly speaking,
But then after,
honestly speaking, I was speaking with somebody the other day about this. I would buy domains, a lot of
oh
domains.
yeah,
Yeah, I think,
how
don't
would
you
you
think?
choose which ones to buy?
Here's the fun part. Think about it. It's given the maximum ROI in the past 2 decades. Imagine in 1999, 2000, whatever, you bought 10 domains, single word,
Yeah,
buy.com,
yeah,
shop.com, text.com for $20 each. They're all worth 5 million plus. Would you agree?
yeah, yeah,
$20, 5 million. That's like Bitcoin plus plus plus. Bitcoin is like, nothing as compared to
yeah,
that. Think about that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
people, the dot com is not going to go anywhere,
yeah,
So and nowadays AI.io, everything is selling like good ones are selling for like 50,000, 100,000, 300,000. That's the price.
yeah, yeah. No,
And
that's a good point.
yeah, I think domain investing has always been there. Yes, there are highs and lows for everything because people come on obnoxious amounts of pricing, but then it's about holding. And I think,
Yeah,
I would do that.
yeah, yeah. That's a good strategy
Yeah,
for
I have
sure.
I have another one for you. If you were to go back 20 years, like your younger self, when you were like 21 or 22, what you gonna say to your younger self? Because you must
I'm
have
gonna
made mistakes.
say,
When you must have made so many mistakes, like all entrepreneurs do in the
yeah, yeah,
before Uncanny, even before Uncanny. I'm talking about that. Before you even
right,
thought
right.
Uncanny.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I don't know. I think I would tell myself to be more confident about things. Just have more confidence in my ideas and the I don't know.
Take a more risque kind of an approach on things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just seize the moment kind of thing. I now that I'm getting older, I feel like the time that we have is just so valuable. And back then it was just like, oh, I have unlimited time. I can just
You're
sleep in
not
and go.
that old. You're not that old. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I'm old. I'm really old.
You don't look old. Let's not talk about that
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that's another thing for sure. I don't look old, but
What
yeah, I'm
so
getting up
so
there.
what did you do before Uncanny? I didn't get to know that. I don't think personally when
Um,
we met also I don't know about that. What was your life before Uncanny though?
yeah, I started out in e-learning, doing e-learning development for a financial software company.
Oh,
Then I went to a small e-learning company um, and did some e-learning there. And then I went to Google and did some e-learning for a year and a half or so. That was like around the 2008 financial crisis time.
okay.
Right after that, I came back to Toronto and did some internet marketing stuff for the same financial software company that I had worked for when I first graduated. Then Ryan and I were kind of playing around with business ideas, and we were trying to do stuff with our day jobs on the side.
Mhm.
We were trying to start something while still having a day job, and it just didn't work because there was no time to do anything. So we're like, okay, let's just quit our jobs and start a company with no revenue stream, nothing.
Oh, wow.
We got a small loan from his mother that we paid back pretty quick, um, but yeah, it was a big leap of faith there, and it just happened to work out.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think I could have done that. So you did take a bold and risky kind of move. I've never
yeah,
taken.
yeah, we did.
I've never been in a job kind of a scenario. I've always been an entrepreneur. It kind of like
Yeah,
lives in my blood, because of my mom, dad, they're also entrepreneurs. My
yeah.
brother is not though. He's in Boston. He works for McKinsey or something like that. But my father, my grandfather, they've all been entrepreneurs. I don't think I can do a job, ever because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I could go back to a job either
yeah, it's
now.
not it's not only about the money. Of course, money is the main motivation. It's more about the wealth and I think you can do a lot more, and
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
contribute and stuff like that. Are you involved in any charities or anything like that by any chance?
No, I mean not actively. I donate to various causes, but I'm not actively involved in any. It's something that I want to do
The
though.
only reason I brought this up was because I was just discussing with my co-founder Ryan the other day. Like, I think we don't do it also. Like, but I want to start getting on a program, something very small, maybe for animals. Like, I have a beagle at home, and in the UK there's a Beagle Freedom Project and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I want to get started going on it, and maybe in the next growth fund or something, we pool together resources and plan something like that.
yeah, that'd be great.
Wild idea, $1 per project or something small, something like that. But imagine if
Yeah,
50 or 100 or 1,000 people started working towards a similar cause. And
yeah.
yeah, so that's something for the next growth fund meetup. I think we're meeting in Florida, uh,
Yep.
Orlando in August
Yeah.
for that, right?
September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. September or August, I get confused. September is
September, first week.
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, end of
September
the
1st.
first week.
August, I get confused. August is WordCamp. September is Growth Fund. In between, I have 5, 6 days, and I have to decide whether I come back to the UK because I can't be away from my daughter for so long, or I just
Right.
stay and bunk with Ryan, my Ryan. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
yeah.
He has a puppy now. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Yeah,
Really?
Ryan Hussey has a dog.
Well,
Yeah.
how's
So
that
anyway.
going for him?
Yeah, anyways, but I think we're coming up on time, and this has been great having you on the show. Before you go, though, where can our listeners find you online? Are you on x.com or through your contact form page? If they want to reach out to you, how do they reach to
Oh
you?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can reach out at I guess it's uncannyl.com and automatorplugin.com.
Yeah.
Those are our two main sites. Like I'm not that active on social media, so I don't really have a profile. I'm also on LinkedIn though. Ken
Okay, that's
Young
cool. That's fine.
on
That
LinkedIn.
works.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy Portugal, and the weather is going to be awesome over there. I know.
Yeah, yeah. Looking
And
forward to it.
yeah, and I hope to see you very soon. And we're meeting just in a few months. Lots to brainstorm and work on. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Ken. Thank you so much.
awesome. Okay, thanks, Adam.
See
Bye.
you.